Welcome to This Explainer. You know, we live in a world where bustling megacities absolutely dominate the global conversation around development, real estate, and really just where we should be planting our roots. But today, we're stepping away from that usual fast-paced urban frenzy to unpack something totally different, a truly fascinating regional transformation. We're looking at the unique and rapid evolution of Ras Al Khaimah. What actually happens when you decide to prioritize nature, deep-rooted heritage, and genuine affordability over endless concrete and traffic jams? Well, that's exactly the narrative we are going to explore today by digging into the hard data, the stunning geography, and the tangible real estate developments that are shaping this rising northern emirate.
So picture this, just a 70-minute drive north of the massive global transit hub of Dubai Airport. A completely different world opens up. It's honestly surprising how quickly the landscape and the whole lifestyle shifts once you hit the highway heading north. And this isn't just about a change of scenery for a quick weekend getaway, right? It is a fundamental shift in the lifestyle and investment proposition. We're going to explore an emirate that uniquely balances its ancient, rugged heritage with highly affordable, highly connected modern living. It's a compelling alternative that is quietly drawing the attention of international travelers, savvy property investors, and expats who are seeking a different, more sustainable rhythm of life, but absolutely do not want to sacrifice access to world-class amenities.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll be discovering Ras Al Khaimah, looking at the vision of Marjan, living in Nakheel, exploring the Hilton Garden in Rak, checking out its role as a meetings and events hub, and finally, looking at a future shaped by nature.
All right, Section 1, Discovering Ras Al Khaimah.
Okay, before we dive into the specific real estate markets or the hotel developments, we really have to start with the big picture and understand the geography. Notice the dramatic mountain roads winding straight through the rugged Hajar Mountains. This immediately contrasts with that flat desert skyline you might normally expect in this part of the world. Ras Al Khaimah is completely defined by these vast rocky peaks, which actually include the highest mountain in the UAE, Jebel Jais. This dramatic topography provides an immediate sense of scale and just raw and natural beauty that developers have very wisely chosen to embrace rather than pave over. It's a foundational geographical asset that forms the absolute backbone of the Emirates' identity and its massive appeal to outdoor enthusiasts.
But here's what's truly fascinating. Just miles away from those arid, rocky peaks, a completely different, vibrant ecosystem thrives. We've got lush, dense mangroves stretching right up to the modern city skyline. This close proximity of incredibly diverse natural environments, from towering mountains to coastal beaches and intricate mangrove forests, is the defining characteristic of Rock's identity. It means residents and visitors aren't just confined to a single type of terrain. The urban planning here actively integrates these natural waterways into their daily visual and physical experience of the city. It acts as a natural cooling mechanism and a sanctuary for local wildlife right in the middle of a modern urban center, which is pretty awesome.
Moving right along to Section 2, the vision of Marjan.
So let's talk about how major regional developers like Marjan are actively shaping this raw beauty. On one side, you have ancient mountain ruins bathed in a gorgeous sunset, a wild, tangible reminder of 7,000 years of continuous human history right in this very spot. Actually, Ras Al Khaimah is one of the few places in the world that has been continuously inhabited for 7 millennia, complete with a historical footprint of Bronze Age tombs and ancient trading ports. On the other side, you have the sleek, modern, waterfront hospitality of properties like the Hilton Garden Inn. This brilliantly showcases the developer's core philosophy. You really don't have to erase history to build the future. The ancient and the modern coexist perfectly here, offering a deeply layered cultural experience that naturally appeals to a remarkably diverse global audience, which, by the way, is currently made up of over 150 different nationalities.
When you put these options side by side, the appeal becomes pretty obvious. While sprawling megacities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi offer that fast-paced, sometimes exhausting urban hustle, Ras Al Khaimah leans into a totally distinct alternative. Rak prioritizes a calm, nature-focused, and seamlessly connected lifestyle. It's about offering incredible value, wider open spaces, and mental tranquility over pure, dense urban expansion. This distinction is absolutely vital for understanding why individuals, families, and massive corporate entities are increasingly looking north when making their long-term location and investment decisions in the UAE. They want the modern infrastructure, for sure, but they want it with room to breathe.
Let's get specific in Section 3, Living in Al Nakheel.
So let's zoom in on a specific district that perfectly exemplifies this value proposition and connected lifestyle, the vibrant waterfront community of Al Nakheel.
Located right by the Rock Harbor, Al Nakheel provides a peaceful but highly convenient suburban ecosystem. Instead of always craning your neck to see the top of a towering skyscraper, Al Nakheel greets you with approachable, low-rise residential neighborhoods, which really fosters a much stronger community feel. And let's be honest, having direct, immediate access to the E11 highway, the major arterial route connecting the Emirates, makes getting out of town or commuting an absolute breeze. Add in walking distance to essential retail hubs like Naeem Mall, Lulu Center, and Saphir Market, and you've got a totally self-sustaining neighborhood that just happens to be incredibly gentle on your wallet. And the financial accessibility here is honestly kind of mind-blowing. Looking at the latest verified data sourced from Bayut, average annual rents are sitting at just 21,000 dirhams for a studio apartment. A spacious one-bedroom comes in around 33,000 dirhams, and a two-bedroom for roughly 37,400 dirhams. Think about that for a second. To put that into perspective, for the price of a tiny, heavily compromised studio apartment in a major downtown global hub, you could literally secure a sprawling two-bedroom apartment right on the waterfront here. When you compare these figures to neighboring hubs, it is a total breath of fresh air for your finances. It essentially allows residents to enjoy premium waterfront living and extensive amenities without the crippling cost of living that's usually associated with modern expat destinations.
Which brings us to Section 4, Hilton Garden Inn RAK.
I want you to think back to the year 2001 for a moment. That is when the Hilton Garden Inn first opened its doors in this specific area. It's a truly vital data point because it shows they were true pioneers, planting a flag in the sand way before this emirate was on most international radars. For over 2 decades, this establishment has played a pivotal role in welcoming visitors from around the world and establishing Ras Al Khaimah as a highly viable, attractive destination for both international business and leisure travel. They saw the potential of the Northern Emirate long before the current real estate boom really took off. Fast forward to today, and it's essentially a self-contained urban oasis. Imagine waking up in one of the 240 guest rooms, enjoying your morning coffee with sweeping views right over the creek and the water. If you want to stay active, you can jump into a quick match on the ultra-popular paddle courts or hit the 24-hour fitness center. Afterwards, you can grab a bite at one of 5 completely distinct food and beverage outlets, lounge by one of the 2 swimming pools, and rest easy knowing you're only a 25-minute drive from Ras Al Khaimah International Airport. It's a perfect microcosm of what the wider Emirate offers. Incredibly comprehensive, modern luxury amenities delivered in a remarkably relaxed, accessible, and totally unpretentious package. With all these lush green gardens and calming water features right in the city center, it's no wonder this property has maintained serious staying power over the years. According to Trivago data aggregating over 10,000 independent ratings, the property holds a very strong and consistent very good score of 8.4. This level of consistency over multiple decades is a massive testament to its enduring appeal. It perfectly caters to international travelers who are seeking a quiet, reliable, and deeply connected escape from the usual, loud urban frenzy found further south.
But it's not all play. Let's look at Section 5, Meetings and Events Hub.
Right, so it's not all just leisure and relaxation here. The Hilton Club Royale serves as a serious commercial anchor for the district, offering over 5,400 total square feet of dedicated event space across 5 distinct harbor view rooms. It represents a highly strategic venue for the business sector. Think about the corporate wellness and logistical benefits of this. Why fight downtown megacity traffic and pay premium downtown prices when you can host a major corporate retreat or regional summit right here? You are walking distance from major shopping malls, surrounded by nature, and still just a 70-minute highway drive from Dubai Airport. It is just a massive win for corporate efficiency. And the setup is incredibly modular, scaling perfectly according to whatever a business might need. You've got the intimate Julfar room, which is absolutely perfect for highly focused 20-person boardroom sessions or intense strategy meetings. Then you have fantastic mid-sized options like the all-hor room, comfortably handling up to 40 guests for a workshop or seminar. And for those major corporate galas, product launches, or large-scale banquets, the Kuzan Ballroom can easily accommodate a grand 300-guest event. This kind of adaptable, scalable infrastructure is exactly what empowers a localized community like Al Nakheel to confidently host global business dialogues.
Finally, let's pull it all together in Section 6, A Future Shaped by Nature. Just imagine wrapping up your day with a breathtaking sunset over calm, mirror-like waters, beautifully framed by those majestic ancient mountains in the background. Everything we've discussed today, from the incredible, budget-friendly rental affordability in Al Nakheel to the strategic, decades-long hospitality footprint of the Hilton, is entirely anchored by this profound, unbreakable connection to the natural landscape. The overarching development strategy in Ras Al Khaimah isn't about fighting nature or bulldozing it out of the way. It's about purposefully integrating with it to create a sustainable, highly livable environment that prioritizes well-being just as much as economic growth. The developer, Marjan, really hit the nail on the head with their guiding philosophy: coast to mountains in 45 minutes. That really says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly encapsulates the incredibly rare lifestyle proposition of the Emirate. I mean, where else in the modern world can you close a major business deal in a sleek waterfront boardroom, and then less than an hour later find yourself navigating an ancient, rugged mountain trail up Jebel Jais? It is this seamless, rapid access to completely different natural wonders, paired directly with highly affordable, modern living, that makes this region such a compelling, undeniably attractive case study in alternative urban development.
So I want to leave you with a final thought to consider as we wrap up this explainer. As we carefully weigh the massive, untapped potential of this rising northern emirate against the traditional, crowded global hubs we are all so used to, the data and the landscape really do speak for themselves. You have seen the compelling financial numbers, the modular corporate infrastructure, and the sustainable vision driving it all forward. Knowing the incredible value, the deep history, and the raw natural beauty waiting just up north, where will your next real estate investment, business event, or travel adventure take you? Thank you so much for exploring this with me today.